You're watching Food for Thought, brought to you by Manna House, Health Education and Wellness.
Seven pillars for country living. Has COVID-19 got you thinking about moving to the quiet of the countryside? You're not alone. According to data from Zoopla, searches for homes in rural locations were up 68% in the first week of May 2020. With extensive lockdowns to confined spaces, country living has climbed up the priority ladder for many. So where can you start? Wisdom have built her house, she have hewn out her 7 pillars. Pillar number 1. Think big, start small. Nature itself teaches us first the blade, then the ear, after that the full corn in the ear. While you may have your ideal countryside dream, it's not going to happen overnight. So think big, but start small. Start by making a plan. Remember, ink makes you think, so write it down. Start looking, get some advice. Start saving. Break down your plan into small, achievable stages. You may plan to rent in the country before you buy, or you may plan your first move to the edge of your current town before taking a further leap into a more rural location. Whatever you decide, think of what you can do now to prepare for your next stage in your country living experience. Think big, start small. Pillar number 2. Be real and true about what you can do. A wise man once said, through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding the home is established. If you want a successful country living experience established on a permanent basis, you will need to apply some wisdom. Consider your individual circumstances and adapt your country living dream to what you can actually do and afford. Whether it's off the grid country living, or a village bungalow with all the modern conveniences, or a larger scale countryside institution for service, there is a lot to choose from. But keep it simple and within a realistic budget. Things you may want to consider. Can I travel a reasonable distance for work if I need to? Does someone in my home drive? Can I live happily with my friends in this country home on a long-term basis? Would a tiny home or caravan provide sufficient space which I need for my family? If I buy a raw piece of land with no planning and no services, would I really have a home at the end of it all? It's true, many can't have their surroundings what they desire it to be. But if we have the opportunity, be realistic and true about what you can and can't do. Pillar number 3. Check the features and tones of your new country home. We all know that the wise man built his country house upon a rock. But what does that look like today? Not all country homes are wisely located or built. So what are the desirable features that we should be looking out for? Make sure the country home is on a high and elevated site. You don't want to be at risk of flooding or constant damp problems. Make sure that your country home is not at the foot of a mountain, which may be a health risk to you and your family. Make sure the country home has lots of light, south facing with large windows. Don't find yourself on the wrong side of the hill, mountain or forest. You need plenty of light for that home and for a healthy garden. Check that your countryside home is not shaded by trees. Make sure that home has a small parcel of land or large garden which to grow. Troublous times are coming, and the opportunity to grow at home could bring more blessings tomorrow than you could ever imagine today. Does your country home have good phone reception or internet signal? Living in a technological age, this is an important criterion. Good neighbors. No man is an island to himself, even in the countryside. Wherever you go, your influence will have an impact on others, and vice versa. Remember, if you want to enjoy a restful weekend or a peaceful Sabbath, you don't want to be located by a busy working farm where large tractors would be frequently hustling and bustling past your doorstep. Accessibility. Make sure that it's got good accessibility and that your car is not at risk of damage. Independent services. Most countryside houses have services such as water, sewage and heating. Try and find out if these services are on your land and ensure as far as possible that they're not shared. Size of the home. Keep it small and affordable where possible, unless you need something larger for an institution, and even then you want to have a plan for the maintenance costs for large-scale country living projects. Adaptable. You're bound to want to make some changes to the house. If it's a listed property or in an area of outstanding beauty, you may be constrained on the changes you can actually make. Pillar number 4. Sacrifice some things in life. You will have to give up something if you really want to achieve your country living goal. Abraham was called to leave his country, his loved ones, and the convenience of his father's home to locate in a land that God would show him. You may need to leave your highly paid job. You may need to leave behind some city conveniences such as nearby shops and services. Whatever you're called to sacrifice, remember the reward far outweighs the cost. The story is told of a man who found treasure in a countryside field and sold all that he had to buy it. It may take all that you have. So aim high and spare no pain to reach the highest standard. Pillar number 5. Be willing to get help. Avail yourself of every help within your reach. The journey of country living can be a difficult experience, and there is no shortage of challenges which you can face on the way or even when you're there. Be open to receive some help. It may be advice, it may be help searching for the place, it may be help building or furnishing the home, or even help moving to the home. It may be help putting your place on the market. It may be help with a deposit or a reference. It may be help negotiating a sale or maintaining your countryside home. Whatever the help, even if it's financial help through loans, any help is helpful. But if you do take a loan, have a plan to pay it back. Pillar number 6. It's a change in your lifestyle and not just a change in location. Except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build it. True country living is not just about a change in location, but it's a change in the life, a change in the character. Inspiration tells us that the work of character building is tenfold harder in the city in comparison to the country for both parents and children. Exchanging the artificial excitements of the city for the simple and natural pleasures of the country. Swap the gym for the garden, the TV screen for the wildlife, the indoor life for the outdoor experience. You'll need warm clothes, possibly a 4-wheel drive vehicle, and more importantly, a change of heart. By beholding the scenes of nature, the works of Creator, by studying His handiwork, imperceptibly you will be changed into the same image. Pillar number 7. Have heaven's home in your horizon. Wherever we live here, we are pilgrims on this earth. At best, wherever we make our countryside home, the time spent here is still the Christian's winter. Life on this side of heaven is momentary and brief. Don't forget to lay up your treasure in heaven, where a place is being prepared for you that will excel your highest hopes and highest ideals of your country home on this earth.